Remember when you were a kid and you had all the energy in the world? You can eat what you want, you can run all over the place without being short of wind. Well, today I'm here to talk about 5 tips to a healthy lifestyle. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Walt, one half of the dynamic duo Mindful and Meaningful with Walt and Charla. And today I wanted to just talk about being healthy and 5 tips to a healthier lifestyle. So let's get into it. But before we do, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and also subscribe. My wife and I, Charla, we will be posting videos probably on a weekly basis on traveling tips, travel nursing, motivation, or just healthier lifestyles. So let's dig into it. Tip number 1, watch what you eat. Now, of course, as you get older, your metabolism changes. You can no longer eat everything you want and not have that stick to you. So with that being said, always watch what you eat. The heavy fat foods, high cholesterol, high sodiums. There's a lot of foods out there that we don't look at when it's something that we need to cook very fast. Throw it in the microwave, 10 minutes on the air fryer, 15 minutes in the oven, whatever it is. But with that being said, when you grab something from the shelf in the grocery store, just take a look at the back of it for the ingredients and everything else with it. A lot of things that we eat these days are high in sodium. Now, sodium, that is the Achilles heel to your heart, blood pressure, and everything else. The higher the sodium, the more that sodium content in your body is going to cause for high cholesterol, high blood pressure. So be mindful of the things that you eat and also some of the things that you drink that are high in sodium. The next thing is always take a look at the cholesterol content. The cholesterol content is going to be the fats and everything that sticks to your body as well. Now, if it's something that's high in cholesterol and you go and visit your doctor and they say, hey, you have a high cholesterol right now. What are you eating? Just think about the certain things in regards to the processed foods that you eat, because some of those things that we want to, a TV dinner that we cook in the oven or in the microwave, or, pizza rolls, whatever it is, at the age that you may be, once you hit past 20, well, guess what? Everything you eat, you have to be mindful of. Watch out for the fatty foods, be careful from, eating high content foods like red meats or, things that have high fats in it. I'm a bacon eater. I love bacon. But I had to be mindful that, high blood pressure runs in my family. I don't know what your family's history is, but you want to look into that, because when it comes to when you get older, you're going to start having some of those particular issues, such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol. You might have a family history of, diabetes, whatever it is. But, just pay attention to what is in the food that you're eating. Also, things that you drink. Now, if you're drinking sodas, be mindful of the sugar content, because guess what? Sugar sticks to our body as well. I'm a candy eater, and Charlotte, she always try to say, hey, get the organic, or let's try to cut back on the sugars that you eat, because I love candy. I'm still a big kid, so I love eating candy quite often. But, watch what you eat. That is the number one thing in regards to a healthy lifestyle. Number 2 thing to think about is, what do you do in your day-to-day activity? Are you sedentary? You don't move, you just sit? If you're working, if you're, you work at home, or if you're working in an office and you're sitting down, what are you doing to be active on a day-to-day basis? For me, for instance, Charlotte say I cannot sit still, which is very true. I love to keep moving. The more steps I get in, I can look at my watch and just take a look, and I've surpassed my steps for that particular day. Just be active. If you are a person that don't really like to get out and do things, just get active. Do something to keep yourself activated within that day. That's going to help you regarding, going to that doctor and they're saying, hey, you need to change up your lifestyle. You need to work out more, whatever it is. But, be mindful of being active within your day, every day if you can. I know we're busy. Me as an adult that have children, of course, I can't always do the things I want because I need to be there for my family. Same as my wife. When she gets home, she's still moving, she's still busy. And then by the end of the day, guess what? I did not have any time for my particular self. So, be mindful of that as well, is doing something different or doing something day to day to keep yourself activated. Number 3 tip is, what are you doing for your heart? Now, what I mean by that is the more activity you do, the more you increase your heart rate, the better you will be when it comes to your healthy lifestyle. Now, me and Charlotte, we love to go work out. We try to work out at least 3 times a week, for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, however much the Lord gives us time for on a day-to-day basis. You want to do something to increase your heart rate. I used to jump rope. I love jump roping. I would do 200 to 300 ropes, just going, and taking breaks within the time frame because I'm not doing 300 in a row. But I like to jump rope. And so what I would do is I would get my jump rope, go out in my front, and I just turn on some music in my Bluetooth, and I would jump rope. And that increased my heart rate. That increased my heart rate to past, let's say, 85 beats. So that's something that you want to think about, is just increasing your activity, keeping yourself going. As I've said before, when you were a kid, you did all these things. Now that you're an adult and you have things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis, which is working and then coming home and taking care of whatever else business you have. Doing jump rope doesn't take long. It's 10 minutes, maybe, 15 minutes out of your day in jump roping, or doing something as far as exercise around the household. Sometimes when you're cleaning and you're doing specific things, washing dishes or washing clothes and having to fold them, and you're back and forth, that's some activity. But you want to increase your heart level, your heart rate, to put a little bit more stress on your heart for it to have great circulation, to increase on, just being healthier, because the more and the faster your heart beats, that means that you are actually working your body to a level that your heart has to increase. And that will allow you to, sometimes sweat depending on the weather, depending on if it's a hot day outside. If it's a cool day outside, you might not break a sweat unless you're really going at it. So, think about your exercising. Exercise is important. As I've said, when we were younger, we would exercise. When we get older and, life hits us with everything, bills, taking care of the home, taking care of your children, everything. We have to try to take time out for ourselves to be able to do something on a healthy lifestyle. And it doesn't matter what age you are. You can be 30 or you can be 70. Just increasing your heart rate will help you out in regards to a healthier lifestyle. Number 4, stress. Now, stress is something that we all have at times. Stress is a big thing when it comes to just our mentality and also what we do with ourselves physically on a day-to-day basis. Try to reduce your stress. If you can't do that, find a way that you can. Maybe even get some advice from your friends on how you can reduce your stress. Stress is a very big thing in our world. Every country, every person may go through some stress. But if you can limit the amount of stress that you have or try to curb that, then that's going to help you out in regards to being healthier. I'm a firm believer as I cannot allow stress to overcome my day-to-day activity with my family. I cannot let stress overcome my health, my sanity, and also just being in this particular world. You only have one life to live. And if you're living your life through stress every day, guess what? When it's your calling time, they're going to say, well, man, this person was always stressed and everything. So even if you have to do something, listen to some music to calm yourself down, whatever it is, try to figure out a way to decrease your stress. If you have people in your life that anytime you have a conversation with them, they're negative or they increase your stress level, you might need to change those people or have a conversation with them, because you don't need it in your life, especially the person that you are, and especially with everything that we have to go through in this world. You know, we live on one planet and everyone is going through something. However, for you, your household, your friends, and your family, decrease your stress. Now, the last thing that I want to say is if you are in a terrible situation, understand that it'll get better. Try not to go to a coping mechanism like substances. Now, I'll be honest with you. I've been in a dark place before. That's a life story for myself. My wife has been in a dark place before. That's a life story for her as well. But as for me, in my dark place, I actually went to the alcohol route, which is not good. And, you know, remove the substance abuse things, alcohol or drugs or anything like that in your life. I am a firm believer now that I do things in moderation. When it comes to maybe having a drink, I'm not drinking like I did when I was in college and we would party all the time. You know, as I've gotten older, I've become more reserved in my life, and I just don't do the things that I did when I was younger. And it really has helped me to understand that, wow, in my 20s, in my 30s, well, not in my 30s, but in my 20s per se, I did a lot of things to affect my body. And now that I'm older, some of the things that I did in the past, I'm starting to see now when it comes to my health and my lifestyle. So I've tried to change some things to make sure that I'm able to see my children's children be born and grow. So those are some things in regards to, you know, lifestyle wise. So if you are a drinker and you drink more than, you know, once a day, you drink a couple of times during the week, you know, just make sure that you're doing it in moderation. Everything when it comes to substances, alcohol, do it in moderation. That's my suggestion to you. Now, me, like I said before, you know, I've been in a dark place where I resulted in alcohol abuse, and I'm just being transparent with you guys now. I'm a changed man. Charla has been a blessing to myself, and we have a very wholesome relationship where we don't have that negativity in our life when it comes to substance abuse. Now, I have to say this. I appreciate you for sticking with me on this channel. We're in the room that is going to become our studio, and this used to be my son's room, my oldest son's room, and since he has his own apartment, he doesn't know that we're changing this into a studio. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. We are going to be talking about travel nursing and travel experiences. We've traveled to many places. We've been from the east to the west, to the Midwest, and to the north. So we're going to be talking about that on another video at some time. But what you have today is one half of Mindful and Beautiful with Walt and Charla. Again, I appreciate you for sticking around. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk again. Peace.